In early January this year, I watched a YouTube video where someone shared his experience doing 100 pull-ups each day for a month. I didn't go into the year with any fitness-related resolutions, and I'd always wanted to get good at pull-ups, so I decided to do 50 pull-ups each day for a month. On my first day, I did about 4 sets of 5 and then like 30 sets of 1. Never been good at pull-ups. I didn't have time to work out the next day, but on the third day I came in the gym, and to my amazement, I was able to finish the workout as a lot of sets of 2. So I went from sets of 1 to sets of 2 overnight. And to me, it was amazing to experience this overnight improvement in strength and endurance. Yeah, I actually did more than 30 days. After about 6 weeks, I focused entirely on the pull-up. I used a lot of variations. I'd always start with a strict pull-up with palms facing away from you, but I switched things up on almost every set. I used a lot of chin-ups with palms facing me, a neutral grip, palms facing each other, opposing grips, with palms facing the opposite direction. When I first started, I think my biggest challenge was grip strength. Even though my arms could still pull, my hands couldn't hold on. And interestingly, your body doesn't know the difference. Your body just knows that it can't pull. It doesn't know where the weakness is coming from. I did try using fat grips once to try to improve grip strength, but I don't think that at my level that's appropriate. I tried using rings after reading an article about them on T Nation. Rings are pretty cool. The article I read claimed that the rings are much easier on your joints than an inflexible bar. This might be true. I didn't have any pain with those straight bars, so I don't have an opinion on this. The rings are a little bit harder than a bar. It is nice. I did experience some manageable soreness in my elbows in the early days. This went away pretty quickly. I had some strange bruising on the inside of my left bicep. It didn't cause me any pain, and I pushed through it. It went away after about a week. As it progressed, I increasingly noticed soreness in my upper back, not just in the latissimus, but also in the scapular area. Again, I really didn't have pain, and I never chose to take a rest day to manage fatigue. I learned that your body will unconsciously discover increasingly efficient ways to perform, any exercise. Thanks to using video, I noticed that when I first started, my core was very loose and my feet would swing backwards and forwards a lot. And the more I did the pull-ups, the tighter my core got, and my feet eventually were moving pretty much straight up and down without swinging. And this was a completely unconscious process that I think I would have even noticed if I didn't have this video that you're seeing. I also noticed that when I first started, my elbows would pull inwards as I performed a pull-up. I assumed that this was weak lats or lazy lats, that my brain didn't know how to use. I feel like I have much more conscious control over my lats now. A friend of mine who's a much more advanced athlete than me, he likes to do his pull-ups as wide as possible. And before I started, I couldn't do these double wides at all, and now I can. When I first started, I just tried to finish the workout in as many sets as necessary. After a few weeks, I found that I read another article that claimed that going over about 5 reps is not ideal. So I did a lot of EMOMs, every minute on the minute style of training. I like doing 5s. You do 5, you finish the minute, you do another 5. This is a nice way to get through the workout very quickly and manage your fatigue. I don't know that this is the best way to get better at pull-ups, though. I think that I was getting better at doing more pull-ups when I was really trying to maximize this set each time. One day I went out with my kids, just watching them at the playground, and I used the monkey bars while they were playing. What was interesting is I did 50 in sets of 5, and I didn't feel sore. I didn't feel tired, so I just kept going. I ended up doing 100 total. The next day I didn't feel anything. I did test my max a couple times to see how many pull-ups I could do. Before I had started this, I was able to do maybe 6 or so pull-ups in a row. After just a couple days, I could do 10 and then 12. I think the most that I ever did was 16. This probably isn't with the strict form that the Marines would require, but it's a huge improvement for me, no matter what. I recently tested myself with the leg lift, and in September I could only do 13 of these, and that was grip strength. I couldn't hold onto the bar long enough. Well, when I tested the leg lift, grip strength is no longer a problem. It was actually my abs that were getting tired after doing 20 leg lifts. If you want to get better at doing pull-ups, I absolutely recommend this style of training. I pretty much dropped everything so I could focus on the pull-ups for a month, and the results are even better than I expected. I don't see any difference in the mirror, but I can really tell that I've gotten stronger, more efficient, more confident doing pull-ups. Rapid improvements seem to taper off after about 3 weeks, so I wouldn't continue a plan like this forever.